No, I ran right into it.
Okay.
Right.
And we're going. So, yep. We're good.
Action.
Yes.
All right.
Woo! Oh, frick,
Jesus
no.
fucking Christ! Literally the second we start. What the hell, dude?
Hey,
Great.
what's up?
Hi, Tristan.
Hi.
Interesting.
Oh, hello.
I
we're like-
have sad but somewhat good news.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I now have a job, but it's Walmart.
Oh,
Oh no, girl.
oh
No,
no.
not Walmart.
Hey,
You had so many better options.
Dalton, hear this sentence clearly out of my mouth and believe it as
wasn't
it
your
comes
choice.
because it's true. Walmart's better than Tennessee Promise.
Stabilize the lag.
Okay, not wrong.
Let's
Not
go.
wrong.
I remember hearing this like really like weird like. I remember seeing this like fucking thing of like some like. I can't remember, but it's like a clip from a YouTube video, and it was
Let me
just
do
saying
the
how
intro.
old. Okay.
Let me do the intro real quick, and then we'll talk about all that. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Agony of Moon podcast. I am your host, Dalton. These are my co-hosts with me. All five of us are here today. That's a rare occurrence. But we got Necro, Tristan, Trace, and Moon.
Yeah.
I didn't call you whores today. Be grateful.
Thank you.
I would like to start off today with a little bit of a taste of agony segment because I was out getting food earlier because, you know, I'm human. We gotta do that sometimes. And I found something pretty intriguing. These are... I want to pronounce this Keoghs? Keoghs. Keoghs. But they're Irish potato chips. And the flavor is described as sour cream and shamrock.
You might as well leave them
Now,
there to...
I don't trust that as far as I can throw it, but I still want to eat it because Irish. So,
Is anyone watching this? Is anyone watching the stream?
I am not.
Okay, well,
Let me just...
I'd be good just to tune into it just for the sake of being able to hear whenever audio starts.
Right. Let me do that a
I
second.
don't know what's causing this lag to happen, but let's see. Oh, this one has durability. That's wonderful. Junk. Anything.
First impressions, definitely smells different than sour cream and onion. I guess that's the shamrocks. Bottoms up. Oh,
Overall, it's pretty terrible.
that's crunchy.
But I
I
guess
can hear the crunch.
It kind of tastes like sour cream and onion, but again, it's different. I guess the shamrock part's legit, but like, them's damn good chips.
I try to picture Irish chips for some reason. I just think of something that's more like just like a simple corn chip.
Nah, if I were gonna try to do Irish chips, the way that I would do this, I'd soak the potatoes in whiskey first. I'd then wait for the potatoes to dry, and then I'd cut them up, season them, and then fry them. That's just how I would do Irish chips, me personally. The whiskey has to be Jameson, though. As you can use Jack Daniels if you're in a pinch, but Jameson all the way. Moon, do you have anything?
No, I don't. Well, okay. I mean, I guess I have these pepperoni pizza baked crackers.
Baked crackers. Are you talking like combos, or what are you...
Yeah, literally that.
Oh, pepperoni pizza combos. Those are really good, actually.
Are they? It smells interesting. I'm more
You said-
worried about the texture.
You said baked crackers, and I was so concerned. I was like, Moon, I think those are edibles. I'm gonna be real.
Oh my god. They're so good.
Can I get a second? No.
They taste
Sure,
like
go ahead.
T, glad you're able to return the contract to us. How would you like to start next week? We have a lot of backed up work. We need to get on top of. Last year was hectic, but 86 is looking to be worse. Glad to have you on board. Okay.
So, oh, nothing. I was laughing because I was getting ready to get into this. So, y'all might notice that our title for today is a little bit weird, because the title is Once and Always. Now, I'm going to get into why that is later, but just to preface this, this is going to be a Ranger-themed episode, and by Ranger I do mean Power. Because there's a lot of news that went on in the Power Ranger community this past week alone, and it's wild. So, let's start with the drama. So, for those who don't keep up, and by that I mean literally everybody with me, for those who don't keep up, there's been some drama regarding a set of triplets who played a singular Ranger back during Power Rangers Zeo. For those who know, they played the character known as Trey of Triforia, or the first Gold Ranger. They've been causing a bit of a ruckus recently. It started, I think, when the convention's Power Morphicon and Ranger Stop wouldn't grant them the status of OG Ranger because technically Jason is the Zeo Gold Ranger, like he's what they're considered as, even though Trey was first. As far as like screen time goes, Jason was the Gold Ranger for longer. But because of that, they do not grant the Trey triplets, or as I call them, the Trayplets. They do not grant them OG status, and they all got a little bit pissed about that.
Terrible.
So, they were talking to their fans about boycotting conventions and all of this garbage.
Oh no.
It gets worse.
Oh no, of course it does.
Completely unrelated to that, they got caught, or at least one of them did. I think it was all three, but I only know for sure of one.
God, this thing's terrible. I shouldn't have made it.
One or all of them got caught in a stream recently saying that suicide hotlines are a scam.
Oh no.
It gets worse. And you might be wondering, Dalton, how does it get worse than saying suicide prevention resources are a scam? I'll tell you.
Filthy swine.
It gets worse because these three, or this one, but the other two don't seem to be denying him, so I guess it's all three. These three are claiming that people who do not commit self-die are saved via them granting them the Gold Ranger power.
Oh my god, what?
That is a thing that three adult men said with straight faces. I've seen the video.
What? No, how does that happen?
It's literally some Heaven's Gate bullshit, except it's a Power Ranger. And I'm like, guys, we need to be real for a second. Can we talk actor to actor? Like, can we be real? You guys are actors. Like, I'm like, JDF is already dead. You cannot be saying this type of stuff, especially about suicide, considering JDF. Like, it's...
Yeah, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I'm like, y'all, where was your Gold Ranger power when your own Red Ranger... Where were you? Stop talking. Stop talking out your ass. Like, I can't do this, guys. But that has caused a shit ton of drama, and after they got caught saying that, they were talking about, like, Catherine Sutherland and Nakia Baris, who are two former Ranger actors who were also in Zeo. The Yellow and Pink Rangers, respectively. But he's talking about getting them banned from not just cons. They don't want just those two banned from cons. They want them struck from the entire community. And the same goes for Jason David Frank's wife. They want all three of them gone.
Yeah, I can see why.
No, I mean the triplets want those three gone. Jason David Frank's wife, Kathleen Sutherland, and no, they want all three of those gone. Kathleen Sutherland, Nakia Burrise, and Jason David Frank's ex-wife. They want them like stricken from the entire community. Which his wife had nothing to do with it. Y'all need to lay off. But also,
I want the triplets. Get out of here.
Well, it's like the conventions refuse to get involved with the drama, so nothing's come out about them being banned yet. But the triplets threatened the wrath of God on somebody.
Oh my god.
Quoted, the wrath of God. They threatened to send the wrath of God onto somebody. And I was like, so we're invoking God now? I'm like, Gold Ranger power or God, it's fictional either way, my guy. Don't do this.
I am seriously just thinking of a Gold Ranger cult now, and I don't know how to feel about it.
Oh no! Isn't like kind of what's happening though now?
No, it kind of is. Let me see if I can get a decent picture of the triplets. Most of the images that are coming up are from the 90s, but that's about all I can get, so hold on.
Question: how much Kool-Aid do they offer at their get-togethers?
What's funny is there's barely refreshments. I can think of like one place during any con that is guaranteed to have drinks, and it's this one soda barrel that usually you get it out of. It's like this place, they do like old-timey sodas, like that's their shtick. And it's really good fucking soda, and like you can get one of the metal cups as like a souvenir. The catch is, you get one of those. You can bring them to any
Eating away, Dalton.
Sorry. The point is, there's not Kool-Aid. There's barely water.
Whoa, yeah, water! Heck yeah! Freaking love water.
But yeah. So that's the main controversy. Let's get to the secondary controversy. So, as most of us are aware, the most recent series of Power Rangers came to an end. Dino Fury, and it was confirmed that the name for the next season was Cosmic Fury. So we, being the fools that we were, thought that they were going to adapt Q Ranger because Q Ranger was the next space-themed Sentai. But there were rumors in the mill.
What is that? Kids.
There were rumors in the mill that Hasbro, now that they had the rights to Power Rangers, were no longer going to do Sentai adaptations, but rather make their own original footage.
Oh god, not down.
So, lo and behold, that's what's happening. These suits for Power Rangers Cosmic Fury are actually happening. This is the concept art for the suits.
Yeah, I'm
The art-
excited for them.
The art itself has very mixed reviews, but the main takeaways from this is that completely different color for Man up top here, but also we get our first female red for an entire series.
Oh, heck yeah.
Amelia has gone from pink to red.
Woo!
Her actress cannot stop tweeting about it, and I would be hyped too.
Yeah, that's a valid one.
But just today, some behind-the-scenes footage got posted to the various social medias of all the Rangers, and it revealed what the suits look like in live action. And let's just say people are not happy about it.
Oh boy, of course not.
Gun.
God. They are so ugly.
Yes. Yes, they are.
Oh
He,
no.
he meant the Rangers suits,
Oh.
Trace, but equally
Oh.
valid.
No. No. Oh no. Not the suit. Oh no. The suits. Oh no.
So, in the background, you can see both Aeon and Zato's helmets. But basically, these are the Cosmic Fury suits. You'll notice you cannot exactly discern the color of Zato's suit. If, for those not knowing, Zato's the beige-looking one.
Duct tape.
That's because he doesn't have a color.
Scrap metal, empty bottle, vodka,
Uh-huh.
lighter fluid.
Zato has been officially designated as the Zenith Ranger. Which, if nobody knows what that means, Zenith, it basically means the apex, the top, the pinnacle of what something can
Wait,
be.
that would make a purified rag, right? Yeah, that would make a
Oh my
bandage.
god.
If that's the case, then why does the suit look so? It looks so. Uh-oh.
Well, like, all of us were wondering for quite a while what happened to Zato in the finale of Dino Fury, because he presumably died. And then the Morphin Masters resurrected him, and he gained this, like, weird kind of form, which was, like, part Morphin Master, then part Dino Fury. It looked really cool. But we didn't know what it meant, and it didn't even get a name. And then Cosmic Fury comes out, now his suit is like this weird beige color, and he's being called the Zenith Ranger. And we're starting off the series with 6 Rangers,
I don't like that.
and they're using the mech footage from Q Ranger. Like for the Megazord fights, they're using the mech footage from Q Ranger, but they're not using the suits.
Interesting.
It bothers me just a little. But what everyone seems to be talking about when it comes to these suits is that if you notice on the lads, there seems to be some padded muscles.
Yeah, that's what it looks like, and that. Oh no.
And then, like, you can't see Izzy. You can kind of see the green on Izzy's suit, but on Amelia specifically, it looks like they padded her chest, which is equally disgusting.
So if I'm gonna be honest, both of the ones on the far left look like failed Vegeta cosplays.
You're correct. There's another thing that I don't understand, though. If you look at Javi, Black Ranger, if you look at Javi, his arm is metal.
Yeah.
And if you look at everybody else, their arms are decidedly not metal.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't watch Dino, but last time I checked, escaped that finale. So I don't know what happened there. And apparently nobody else does either.
This is a new project. What happened? Did they get like a major budget cut or something?
Well, the thing about Power Rangers is that they never had to do this. Because, for those uninitiated, I say this about every time I look at Power Rangers, but like...
They do not belong in this place.
I've stopped talking.
Near the graveyard, there is a storage room. In it should be a key to bypass this door.
Okay, so the thing about Power Rangers is that I've said this every single time it comes up in conversation. Super Sentai, Power Rangers, and all that. Power Rangers.
You leaned away.
I have been at the same distance from my microphone this entire time.
Okay, well then your mic got really quiet for no reason.
So basically what happened is back in 1993, Haim Saban found a show in Japan that was doing very popular, and he was like, "Hey, I could do that, and I could make it in America and sell it to kids as a thing." And so he did. Sentai had been going on since like the late 70s at that point, and the current adaptation was Zyuranger. So he was like, "Hey, I'll make you a deal. Give me some of your footage, and I will give you some of my profits, and we can work together and make this series over here and make it profitable." And they were like, "Okay." And so that is what became Power Rangers, and we have done it that way ever since. So everything that you see in America, except Cosmic Fury, that is Power Rangers, was actually copied from a Japanese show that has... Anyway. So, that said, I think the reason why these suits look horrendous is because this is the first time we've actually had to design our own suits. Like, from scratch.
Yeah.
Now, granted, America has actually designed American exclusive suits before. Because we've had like We've had 4 Rangers that don't exist in Sentai that are purely American creations. And those suits didn't look bad. But I think where it comes into play is that we didn't have a base plate to go off of. Like, they were trying to do something completely different without any kind of template. Now, granted, they heavily used the Ryu Soldier ones as reference, but they've done American exclusive suits before and made them look good. Now, granted, the Titanium Ranger, which is Silver Bitch here, and the Spirit Rangers from Jungle Fury were Saban and Disney, respectively, because there was a period of time where they fumbled that bad. But, yeah, no. It's like, we've done good American exclusive suits. I just think these came out so they didn't have a plate to go off of here, I guess. My thing, I'd have just... I'm gonna be real. Q-Rangers just...
Yeah.
If you wanna make your own footage, if you wanna make your own monsters, that's fine by me. I applaud you for that. At least use the superior suits. I get it. They have to worry about getting 6 other Rangers. But, like, the point is, they made a really big mistake here.
Yeah.
But those are the main 2 controversies. So, let us get into some positive news.
Woo!
The 30th anniversary of Power Rangers nears us by the day. And by that I mean it's literally this year. And on April 19th, we are actually getting a new release of a 30th anniversary project that's been in the making for a while. It is going to be called Mighty Morphin Power Rangers now, Once and Always. That's why this fucking episode is titled today. So Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Once and Always. And Once and Always is a shortening of the phrase once a ranger, always a ranger.
Oh, heart emoji.
So, everything that I've heard from this is that it's a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers thing set in the modern day with a lot of the original cast return. Now, 2 of them physically could not return. And that would be Toytron and Jason David Frank, because both of them have sadly passed away. Toytron, otherwise known as Trini Kwan, the original Yellow Ranger, died in a car crash in 2001, and Jason David Frank took his own life late last year. So that is where we stand on the original cast. But it is confirmed that the original Black Ranger, the original Blue Ranger, and then Rocky, the second Red Ranger, is going to be returning for this anniversary party. Now, you might be asking, the Red Ranger, why isn't he joining? Because he's being invited. That's another episode. Anyway. But the basic plot synopsis that I get from this is that Rita, the original Power Rangers villain, has come back in robot form and is trying to conquer the world again, and so the Rangers like reassemble, get their old powers back in it. And I've seen screenshots.
Useless.
That's how Hasbro feels recently. But yeah, basically, they get their powers back and they have to fight against Rita like one last time, 28 years later. And like, we've gotten these really good set shots of them all morphing and everything.
It's exciting.
The main part of this that everyone's talking about is there have been rumors for quite some time that they're going to cast somebody to play Tree's daughter in this, to be the next Yellow Ranger, and her name is reportedly Min. M-I-N-H. And I actually have a picture of Walter Jones and David Yost, aka Zach and Billy, posing with this random girl, who I looked on the IMDb. This is Min's actress.
Oh!
I'll send these pictures into the Discord server. But basically, in this picture, you see the Radbug 2. For those who didn't, the Radbug was Billy's flying car that he had in the original. We can see Billy and Zach here. Zach only has 4 fingers on his left hand. Don't talk about it. Anyway.
Pickaxe.
Now, this is all well and good. Like, this is a great looking special. I'm very excited for it. The plot seems solid so far. Catherine, Rocky, I love them. Billy, he's one of my favorites. Zach is hilarious. There's only one part of this that I'm very, very fucking concerned about.
Yeah.
And when I say concerned, I mean concerned. And that would be these 2 shots in particular.
Uh-huh.
And you'll notice there's a very particular color in those shots. There is a Green Ranger in this special. And that worries me, because the Green Ranger has kind of left us. As I said, 2022, Jason David Frank passed away. So one thing is for sure, the man in that suit is not Tommy Oliver. Now, there's quite a few possibilities when it comes to this. There's 2 that people have been bringing up that I suppose could work, but I don't know. I prefer one over the other now. So, the first possibility is that the Green Ranger in these shots is not Tommy, but it is actually JJ, who, unless you read the comics or watched the Danger, you would know that that's Tommy Oliver's son. Tommy Oliver's son, who, during Dimensions in Danger, was a child. Now, a kid morphing into a Ranger has happened several times. There's precedent. This could also take place in the further future whenever JJ's an adult. I don't know. That's one possibility. The other possibility is that Adam, the second Black Ranger, and the Zeo and Turbo Green Ranger is actually the one in that suit. And again, possible, because he was confirmed to be in this special. He and Aisha are both in the special. But, like, I don't know. That feels a tad bit disrespectful. Maybe that's just me.
Now, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I'll be back. I believe my dog is off its leash, and I must go retrieve it.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's fair. No worries.
Appreciate it. Adios. I'll be right back.
See you.
So, the thing about this second option is that, I mean, I guess it makes sense. Adam has been both black and green, and he was confirmed for this special, so, like, him getting a green, I guess it makes sense. But, like, again, because of the fact that Jason David Frank is dead, I just don't think having somebody who's, like, not Tommy or Tommy adjacent in that suit just feels a little bit disrespectful. And, like, even so, why would you make Adam the Green Ranger? Because the Green Ranger had, like, a co-leader dynamic, if not the leader dynamic, and Adam has led one team, and that was during Once a Ranger. Now, again, this name of the special is Once and Always, so I guess it'd be a reference, but, like, again, I'm just not sure.
Nice. You're the nice kid.
Now, there's one other option about who this mystery Green Ranger would be. And it's
Uh-huh.
in the comics, the current run of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, there is a Green Ranger on the team. That is not Tommy. It is a new Green Ranger that got created after Tommy became the White Ranger. And I don't like this one either. His name is Matthew Cook. And he's one of Kimberly's exes.
Oh.
Now, I don't mean to be this guy. Except I do, because actually fuck. If they put Matthew Cook in this special, I think that would be more disrespectful than putting Adam in the Green Ranger. Because, again, to those uninitiated, Tommy and Kimberly, the Green and Pink Rangers, were originally a couple, and then during Zeo, Kimberly basically Dear John lettered Tommy, breaking up with him. And I guess Matthew Cook happened sometime before Tommy moved to Indian Grove. It doesn't matter. Because Matthew Cook has no relation to the show storyline. He's a comic exclusive. So, bringing back a guy who's literally just one of Kimberly's exes as the Green Ranger would not only be disrespectful, but it would literally be out of nowhere. But anyway, point of this saying, there is a Green Ranger in the specials, and I am concerned for who is going to. But it looks like a decent special thus far, and they are shooting their own in the suits and everything. And I guess this was kind of the way for Hasbro to transition to all of that stuff, shooting their own stuff and all. It's definitely a concerning thing. Because, in theory, I like the idea of them. I like the idea of them shooting their own stuff, but the way that things are happening right now, everything looks very sketchy.
Okay, I am back. Would y'all like to know? Would y'all like to know what happened whenever we got Iris back on her leash?
What?
Sure, go ahead.
She ran around my mom's ankles, causing her to get pantsed, and she fell face first.
Oh my god.
Hey, like, I'm sorry, but that's also really funny.
I'm gonna be honest. I think if that happened to me, I'd be mad for like really furious for not even 5 minutes, like 3 minutes, and then I'm just gonna start immediately laughing at myself.
Yeah, reasonably.
22 pounds. Okay, crap, man.
It is the current news bits that I have. That is kind of the end of it.
Oh, is it actually?
Like I said, 3 big things, but most of what I was getting to was the identity of that weird Green Ranger that they have in the trailers, because again, JDF is gone.
Yeah.
It looks like they're actually shooting the actors in the suits for the fight scenes, which would be really funny if it were.
So I'm not trying to take things off topic a lot, but I'm just really truly excited about this. Did y'all know that working at Walmart, you get visual, dental, and primary insurance coverage?
Hey, yo.
Walmart's. My teachers were wrong. Not only would I be making more than all my teachers ever did, I'd also be getting insurance for it.
Heck yeah.
Mr. Scott, as you requested from last week's visit, I called on treatment options. The community of Fort Oasis is still young, so unfortunately we do not have equipment. Most patients we give with similar conditions are usually referred to go back to the mainland for treatment. I understand your preference to stay, but sadly, this is all I can recommend. Kind regards, Thomas Clerk, Oasis Medical.
Said, I kind of want to move this into a little bit of a discussion with a lot of us here, because I know that Moon immediately has the quote.
Sorry, I can't hear anything. My internet's going bad.
Well, then Moon will have to wait to answer. But so, if ye feckers were going to create a team of Rangers for yourselves, what would you base it on? We got dinosaurs, random animal, fucking...
The occult.
The occult. I mean, Lightspeed Rescue fought demons and Ghost Sager was based on aliens. You're about closer.
Honestly, I think I'd base mine off of the Egyptian pantheon. I really want to see what the ranger based off of Moon would look like.
I definitely think I would go similar route, like going with the basing it off a pantheon. I think basing it, I think I would have it. The Rangers themselves would be based upon like the Greek gods, almost in some like Percy Jackson nonsense. But then I would have their Zords be the various titans. I'm waiting for Moon to get back because I know Moon has this entire concept mapped out.
How much time do we have for this?
We've still got a whole hour.
Go about it though is that all of the weapons would be an Egyptian scimitar and at their base stage, but at later whenever they power up later in the story, I'd say their weapons would probably be based off of the gods that they're based off of.
I think it's definitely a matter for me of like, I think they would be based on the Greek gods and all of that, like their weapons would reflect that and then they would power up later on and just like gain access to their elements. Like usually it would be channeled through the weapon itself, but then when they get the power up it's like they have access to it all the time. And considering mine goes Greek, it'd be very easy to implement that. But that said, if we're going from a more reality-grounded standpoint, and like, if I were to pick a season of Sentai to turn into Power Rangers, like, I didn't have to make it myself, I would pick Lupin Ranger. One, because it's literally one of my favorite. Hi, Moon.
I could hear again. I could not hear for the past entire time that I was muted.
Don't worry. You've only missed everything.
I still can't hear it. I'm fine.
They can't.
I don't want to use it, but I'll use it.
If I was being pragmatic and I was saying I wanted to adapt a Sentai team into Power Rangers, I would definitely go with Lupin Ranger and Power Ranger. Simply because their concept is very interesting. Basic story goes, a Sentai of cops and a Sentai of thieves. They both fight against each other throughout the entire show, but eventually team up in the end. And then shenanigans ensue. But I just think it would be very interesting. And specifically, I'm a little bit mad at one of the producers because he went on Twitter and when somebody asked him about adapting Lupat, he was saying that he doesn't want to adapt it because, one, he doesn't want to glorify being a thief, but two, he doesn't think that people would have a good perception of cops. So he decided against it, and I was like, dude, you literally have the opportunity to make cops not assholes, and you don't take it. What? Like, and the cops in Loopad aren't even bad. They are literally just doing their job to understand the full picture. And then they learn the full picture and they do better. Like, this story writes itself. As far as being pragmatic goes.
Okay, I'm back for actual now.
Are you sure
Oh,
about
hello! Power Ranger versus...
that? I was talking about what would make a Power Ranger season face fun. I said I would make my face fun, but in actuality, I probably would actually not.
That's better.
Although Moon,
What? Oh, shit.
I'm sure you know. Can he?
Can you hear us?
This is the Moon death stream. Moon is having technical difficulties. I guess I have to explain.
Is the stream still running at least?
The stream is still running. It's Moon's internet, not. Moon is currently disabled, and by that I mean his internet's garbage and he can't hear us. So, I'll explain. Moon has basically been getting with this concept of forming his own fantasy played. And he basically, it was a Sentai team he called Lizard Man.
Okay, let's just wait into the darkness. Fuck it.
Doing it with my partner too. I guess he's been toying around with it with his partner. Anyway, don't go into that phrasing. But anyway, the point is, Moon's been messing around with this concept for a series, and what it basically is the various things that he has are designed after various kinds of one that is purple, which is a bearded dragon, and a purple ranger. It's kind of a similar to the Dino series, where it's like ancient soldiers having to battle with kind of normal people in order to beat the bad guys. But I do think it's very unique the way that he did it, and he and I have been trying to flesh out the concept. Anyway.
You're very muffled.
He's just like on the other side of the world or something. Oh, then what the fuck?
are you saying anything right now, or?
Yes, I currently.
Well, it's not that easy to hear
Okay,
you.
Jesus. My mic input fucked. Okay, this is in general a call out to the goddamn Discord devs. If y'all do not fix this fucking mic input shit, so help me God, I will uninstall your goddamn app and report you on every single store that fucking exists. Y'all piss me off with the amount of technical difficulties y'all fucking have, and y'all never fix shit when you implement shit in new updates, and I'm getting damn tired of it. Fix your shit.
My favorite thing to hear entirely clear. My internet starts working for the band. Also, Trace, turn the game volume down a bit. It's too loud for stream.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, viewers are saying it's really loud, so
Oh,
Great.
we need to be able to hear each other. Yeah.
So, the basic thing that I was saying before my mic decided to fuck was that Moon designed a Sentai basically based entirely around lizards and is still fleshing out the concept, and I've been trying to help him out.
Yeah, we have currently
Yeah, that's good.
have 7 rangers total. 6 good ones. One of them's kind of neutralish, and then one of them's evil. You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
The assistant is a newt, actually, and it is Hessa and I's favorite character. Lisa uses the newt gun, while everyone else uses swords.
Gun.
Gun! She gets to have a gun in her movie.
They gun to see.
So,
They really do.
talking about Sentais, go ahead.
Okay. Let's see. This is over here. Oh, is that what I can't tell. There's the switch. Oh, this is where I am. I think. So, switch somewhere here. And then open the door.
So, I was thinking about seasons to adapt into Power Rangers, and I was thinking about the newest one that has currently been announced in Japan.
That would be interesting, actually.
So, name of the Sentai is Osama Sentai King Oger. And what I've heard it described as, through press leaks and all of that, is that it's basically 5 kings who use the powers of insect gods in order to become rangers and fight evil. Now, if that doesn't sound appealing to you, get off this stream, what are you doing? But also, my thing is that, like, if we were to translate this into power, you could do it and probably not change a damn thing. Because, like, how I imagine this going, and it's probably not how it's gonna go, but I imagine the way that this goes is that, like, they all live in, like, different countries, like, the countries they live in, and they just, like, gather up whenever it's time to fight people, and they, like, have their little differences, and, like, maybe there's, like, a civil war every now and again. But it's, like, I find it a really fun concept that it's almost like Power Rangers, but politics. And granted, that does not sound good the way that I said it, but, like, in my head, just seeing these, like, geopolitical factions and each one is represented by a goddamn Power Ranger is hilarious to me.
I love the idea of that, actually. I think it would be highly amusing.
And, like, each kingdom is like a Hunger Games style thing. Each kingdom has a thing that they specialize in. So, like, the Blue Ranger's kingdom, he specializes in technology. The Yellow Ranger's kingdom specializes in healthcare. The Black Ranger's kingdom specializes in agriculture. Like, it's different things. And also, the Purple Ranger's non-binary. We need representation. Anyway.
Yeah!
that's the main deal. I just wonder, if the brand doesn't die with Cosmic Fury, what kind of things is Hasbro going to do now that they make their own footage? Because my thing is... Sorry, go ahead.
You want to go straight down in the toilet? Sorry, it's personal beef. I've never liked Hasbro.
Well, the thing about Hasbro is that they've done good with Power Rangers from the writing end. Like, they've made the stories engaging and everything. It's just that they've taken this major left turn when it comes to the design. And me personally, I can see this as just, this is the first time they've done anything like this, so I understand. But like, if Cosmic Fury does not kill Power Rangers as a whole, I just wonder how they're going to because like, my thing is, even if they're shooting their own original footage, they could do like they're doing with this Mighty Morphin. Take the suits of the existing Sentai and then just make their own footage. Because then you would just have to pay for the rights for the suits.
Honestly, Tesla, I think any of them have better suits than Cosmic Fury.
I'm gonna be real. Cosmic Fury's suits would look good if they were animated.
Yeah, no, they'd look way better if they were animated. And they aren't.
I was about to say, it's the fact that Cosmic Fury suits are in live action and they're just so bare. Like, there's like so little on those suits.
Those suits are really good for animation because there's not a lot going on.
Well, I know.
I like that the most. Sorry.
What were you gonna say?
No, I like that Necro's biggest interaction in this podcast is keyboard sounds and giggling.
Well, no, he said that he would base his Ranger series off of the Occult.
Oh yeah. Speaking of the Occult.
No, I don't think any of us have a record.
Speaking.
Oh, Moon does.
Speaking of. Okay, well, whilst he panics, I'm gonna go on this. Slightly going off of that previous thing you just mentioned, Dalton. If y'all were like in like some Power Ranger thing, like what would it be based off, and what would your Ranger be?
See all these things? These are spiders.
Right.
Well, I did hear you. I'm trying to think of my answer when Grace tries to scare Moon.
I'm not looking, homie.
Okay.
I think if there was any Ranger team that I wanted to be on,
It's just...
my money's on Samurai and or the hypothetical Lupin Ranger Pat Ranger team. Simply because Samurai's aesthetic insanely appeals to me.
MRE, baby. Heck yeah.
But like, that said, if I were on Samurai, I would want to be Gold. One, because he was my favorite back then, and then two, because I like the whole technology stance.
It doesn't have to be like an existing one. Like you could be anything, like any like ranger.
Oh no, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if I wasn't going to go canon one, then I would Rangers, because I like that whole Robin Hood thing, like stealing but for a good cause, like the whole neutral hero kind of deal.
If I were to go with the canon side, I would either be on the Kaiser or Dawn Brothers because they're both crazy enough to fit me in.
I was about to say, that's the third option. Just because I know that there's not a chance in hell Dawn Brothers ever gets at it. But third option would be Dawn Brothers, and I would be Don Momotaro simply because that is crackhead energy that I have to get in on.
Yeah, valid. I would be one of the villains of Dawn Brothers. Like, but I don't want to be yellow. Simple as that.
So you're going to be one of the Cerebrans?
Of course. Probably the red one, honestly. That one has some good energy. That one or blue brown.
I don't know what I'd be, but probably something like that.
Definitely. You would be Inu brother, honestly. You give Inu brother.
I mostly say Don Momotaro, head energy, building fan, and riding into battle on men definitely helps.
Yeah, I can see why.
And I would just simply like for golden confetti to fall whenever I enter. That's all I want. It's like that thing in the cartoons when the character is depressed and it's like a constant rain cloud over their head, except for me it's just a constant stream of golden confetti.
Yeah.
That'd be horrible for the climate.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I might not be back, I might, but I have to go take care of something.
Bye bye.
Alright, see ya.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
If there is a Sentai season besides Lupat that I hope actually gets a season of Power Rangers, I would want it to be Zero.
Oh yes. Fair one.
Because one, we haven't had a good animal season. I like animals. But two, because Zhuoger, it's the opportunity for our first multicolor ranger.
Yes.
That and these suits I just fuck with these suits heavily. That's just what I'm gonna say. I just fuck with these suits heavily.
Those suits are pretty good.
Oh, that woke them all up. That woke them all up.
I like the helmet the most.
They definitely embrace the animal look more than other seasons have.
Yeah.
That said, I do like Zhuoger's story, like about how 4 of the Rangers are like these animal people. Which, like, literally, America, you have furry bait right there. Like,
Let's just use this as
but like that's the deal. It's like they're 4 of the Rangers are like these animal people, and they get stuck in the human world, and then the Red Ranger like takes them in and all that.
That reminds me, I still have to figure out how to design the helmets of the lizard men. Because I haven't figured that out yet.
Oh crap.
And like maybe it's
I'm sorry
just me.
for those who are watching. I'm just excited right now with this, because that lever, I know what that lever does. That lever leads to gun.
God.
God.
That's it. I can't lie. I love how goofy Zhuo Gorilla's suit is.
It's so silly.
I'm just gonna try this.
Who gave him permission to be so silly?
It's just
But like, at the same time, like, again, these suits look good no matter what.
25
No
attack,
matter
90 when charged.
no matter what they're doing, these suits look good, especially Zhuo Whale.
Bro, that one looks awesome actually. I think that's like the best I've seen so far actually. It's
Nope.
My favorite part of Zhuoger is probably the cockpits, though. Because, like, look at this.
cubes.
Their steering wheels are cubes. How do you drive that thing? I spin the cube. I don't know what you want from me.
Yeah. Cube moment.
And I like the Zhuo changer. I like it's like a little Rubik's Cube. Like, they spin the cube and then they transform. I like that. I am a simple man.
I am not. Oh, I just found a really funny image.
God damn Ultraman Titus.
Sorry, just put it in the chat and I got this goes fascinating.
We do not speak of Masked Rider here.
It's funny how bad it is. It's so bad that it circles around to good, then back to bad, and then halfway between good and bad again.
No, but like, peep this henshin sequence just real quick. They fucking Rubik's Cube the little things, and then they turn green. And you can't tell me that that's not funny as hell.
I like that a lot.
And like, I like their human designs. I like that you can kind of see what they are just by looking at them. Granted,
Yeah.
I think we have a good opportunity for some representation with the Yellow Ranger, dreadlocks considering and all of that, but like...
No, it's just a little bit.
I just think there's a lot of potential that Hasbro and Saban and just basically everybody who's had their hands on Power Rangers has neglected. There's a lot of Sentai seasons that have a lot of potential, and their potential is neglected because corporations are scared to take chances. That's it. I'd also be okay with Akira Major at it. I wouldn't personally do it, but that's just me.
I think Luke
I also think Luke Pat would be interesting. That's why it was my first answer.
Yeah. I just agree with you.
I would also like to implement the gay romance between the Reds if we ever do.
Yes, same here. That has to happen. If it doesn't, I'm going to be so angry.
This is gonna be tough. It's all clumped together. So I hate it, but I'm gonna save some. Leg.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about Lizard Man now.
Well, if you'd like to reveal some of your concepts, Lord knows I don't know everything.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Thinking about whatever.
Well,
I can talk about how Lizard Man came into being.
Okay, so for leg, I'm
Because-
gonna need to use the.
It is quite the story on how it even got to Silver.
it only spins one way.
Oh, let's go live.
Like even on the toy, it does that.
Missed opportunity.
I mean, you have to make the toy work, so.
Well, yeah.
Leg 2.
But I'm gonna talk about how this totally happened because I had a dream that was a mixture between Dawn Brothers and who knows what else. It was insane. Let me pull it up. I have it written somewhere. I don't think it is. Wrong. Yeah, I wrote it down. Okay. So, oh. Okay, here it is. Dang, I really did write it down real mentally. I just cannot put it into words. I'm gonna make it kind of places. It is a little bit. I just keep staring at the stupid freaking cube.
Yep.
Okay. All y'all really need to know about Lizard Man is that it came into existence because I had a really weird Sentai dream
Hole.
where
Okay.
we used gears to turn into massive mechs, and I kept misplacing mine. Like I just kept putting it in the wrong heckin' spot, and I had to use a.
Stopped hunger for 5 minutes.
I had
Yeah, I'll
to.
put that. Experimental compound can be combined with a syringe. Miller's key. Bring my storage unit. Let's see where. 190.
Well, what was the luck gear? Yeah, I don't remember. In Zenkaiju.
What?
Well, in Zenkaiju, what was the gear
Sledgehammer head.
that Kaido used to give him like crazy luck?
Sledgehammer versus
Q Ranger.
Spade.
Yeah.
Let's see. Wood glue. Pole. Or, no. Add pole. Let's see. That'll make 32 primary. Secondary is 145. Okay. That's alright. Let's see how that compares to the sledge. 40, 180. What was the... Okay, 40 and 180. Let's... What was this again? 32. No. Sledge.
Any-
Of course. Of course I'm going to use the sledge.
Anyways, in my dream, the Q-Ranger gear was replaced by Lizard Man. And I used that gear to find my transformation gear. And we fought off the whatever. I haven't drawn out what the Lizard Man logo looks yet, but I have an idea. Actually, it didn't look very much like a lizard. I need to sketch up what it looks like real quick so that y'all to chat, or like in the group chat, see what I had.
I can just spam iodine tablets, yes. Let's see, lowers health, but also lowers hunger. It's entirely irrelevant. Let's come on.
Anybody notice that Necro's gone?
Yeah, he said he had to go figures.
I didn't hear him.
Oh. Well, wow.
Band-aid. Let's see. That thing, grab man.
I'm currently sketching up the Lizard Man logo.
Let's see, I'm 6 pounds over, dang it. Baguette. I'd love to eat it, but there's one small issue. It's fucking French.
Oh,
The fucking French.
Disgusting. Good grief, I'm literally having
That's a joke. That is entirely a joke. 2 of my classmates are French. I love you guys. But anyway.
What's this make? Oh, a glass ship, okay.
that sounds like it'll break real quick.
Yeah, it's probably absolutely garbage.
I'm almost done. I'm almost done doodling up the logo for y'all real quick.
Let's see, what can I do? Okay, how much do
I
this?
think it's a little crazy how much I can remember from a one-time through.
A nail box. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. That actually makes sense. But it's
My dreams usually range from very, very, very good Sentai/writer drama, or incredibly NSFW, or both.
does not deal a lot of damage.
I had a dream where I was doing horror things.
How does that not deal a lot of damage? Okay, focus. Focus. I'm overweight. That's the issue. I have too much stuff on me. What can I do? Okay.
I'm overweight, that's the issue. Damn, I've said that to myself too much.
Okay. Let's see.
Nah. When I tell you guys, like, I can cook some really good shit. Like, this is completely off topic entirely. But I'm gonna say, I can cook some really good shit. Like, I can cook. I made this beautiful fucking pasta the other day. I got some fire roasted marinara sauce, I got some ground lamb, and I got the really good Parmesan, like the Parmesan Reggiano. I got that shit. And I made this really good ass pasta. And my thing is, that's fine. But I recently figured out that I can buy Wagyu, like Wagyu beef, from Costco. And I'm going to be employed soon. But just so we're all clear, yeah, you can buy really high-end beef at Costco.
Okay, I'm almost done. I'm just cleaning it up now.
Speaking of high-end beef, going back to Q Ranger,
Yeah.
because I do have, like, in my Google Docs, I have the beginning of an adaptation for Q Ranger.
Mm-hmm.
I called it Astrostorm. And I kept intact that the Yellow Ranger was... And I named him Percy. And I really regret that I didn't actually think of designs for those guys. But I might
Hey,
now.
Dalton,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I'm just going to say this. I'm sorry for being so quiet. I didn't sleep at all last night to make sure I woke up like I was up and ready on time for the orientation interview, whatever stuff at Walmart. So I am very tired.
That's fine.
Valid.
I just want to break this thing.
Could have said you just didn't sleep. That's fine. None of us sleep here.
No, I sleep.
Do you?
Yep.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
All I'm gonna say is melatonin gummies don't work anymore.
Do you?
Yeah, I sleep.
I don't believe you. Anyway,
Why?
because I know you.
Clearly not, if you think I don't sleep.
Literally, I am the one who taps out of our calls.
Yeah. I usually go to bed, like, right after you do, Dalton.
That said, Necro did say something about the Ranger team based on the afterlife. It does remind me of that concept that I came up with for a Kamen Rider based on Day of the Dead.
Yeah, I remember this. It's so cool. I've heard
I came up with that concept, and I didn't really pursue it because I didn't know how I was. And I've thought about it, and I'm like, man, I should really get on designing them. But I was thinking about it, and I was like, man, what if there was just a Ranger? You good?
Yeah.
I was thinking about it. I was just like, what if there was a Ranger team just based on that kind of shit, just based on the afterlife? Like, they were all ghosts, and their job was to, like, protect people from, like, demons or shit. I don't know. But, like, the point is, I just think that's fascinating. And, like, again, I know that Power Rangers would never do something like that because America, they're too fucking scared to handle any afterlife that isn't a Christian, unless it's anime. But, like,
Yeah, sadly. If any of y'all are interested, I put the Blizzard Man logo in the chat. This is a rough doodle of it.
I tried to close out of the goddamn stream and it put me in fucking full screen.
Oh no.
What the fuck
I
is
love-
going on?
Well, I don't know.
Jesus
I love
fuck.
the sheer power that my trip called Pure Ranger Lizard Man, so now it is.
It does the same. If it does comparable to the scissors. Oh, yeah, sure. It's alright. So I can toss the scissors then. That's one thing. Oh, don't like me. But I think it was 145 or something like that. That this did.
I've also seen this person on Twitter who's made like 3D renders of their own custom based on like it's based on like the Arctic.
Ooh, that sounds really interesting.
Like they made the renders for the suit designs in Blender.
Heavy attack charges quickly. 28.
I need to see something.
Compared to 40 and 180. Versus 28, 140.
I think there was a second Sentai gear that was like a mystery Sentai, but I didn't know anything about it, and I don't remember anything about it now either.
Boy, that sounds like a you problem.
It sure is me.
You know, I was thinking about it. Because, like, we have the technology to both age and de-age footage. And I was thinking, like, what if Hasbro just decided to do some crazy shit? Just to be that bitch for a day. And they went back and did all of the older Sentai series and the ones that got skipped and had them as, like, Lost Ranger fun. Like, it was basically...
that'd be so freaking cool.
Like, Rangers of the Past or Rangers of Other Planets or just different shit. Make up whatever continuity you want. I just want the post-Zyuranger Sentai seasons. And I think it'd be funny if you, like, got some actors and, like, you dressed them in, like, period attire and then you, like, just grained up the footage to where it looked older. And just some shit. Just some shit like that. It'd be so hilarious. Especially something like Battle Fever. Could you imagine something like...
Yes!
Something
my
like...
gosh. Okay, wait a second.
I imagine that Battle Fever would go something like fucking... Like, a sort of spy situation. Like, they're all spies from various countries and they get drafted onto this team to work together.
That's literally how it goes in the show.
Battle Fever would probably be the funniest one.
Battle Fever would be hilarious to do.
I think about Jacka, and it's just like a bunch of goddamn, like, oh God, I can't even think of it, but just like, imagine just fucking a season like Jacka, just something ridiculous like Rangers based off of playing cards, like actual playing cards, like Casino. And they call it something like Power Rangers Royale or something. And that's just what it is.
So, really, Spadehead, useless. I think.
That was the thing I liked about Disney. Disney was not afraid to take risks with its concept. Like, Disney is the motherfuckers who showed an entire episode of Sentai dubbed in English during one episode. Like, that was... It was Dino Thunder, by the way. But, like, that's the shit I mean. It's like, Disney didn't care. But that was also inherently the problem. Disney didn't care. And the thing about it is, we got the best video game out of the Disney. So, like...
What the fuck did it just do? Oh, okay, it's just speaking now. Okay, sure.
Or, like...
Oh!
Go ahead.
I remembered something. This is more Kamen Rider related than Power Rangers or Super Sentai, but I got the games.
Which ones?
Memory of Heroes and Climax Group. I think that's what it's called.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Why would I ever need a second pickaxe, though?
Memory of Heroes is a great game.
I'm excited for it.
I can always just repair this one. So why am I keeping it?
See, I was thinking about it, and one of the things that this is like one of the very few things that I don't like about Dawn Brothers is peak in every other regard. But the thing about Dawn Brothers is that they said in the beginning that they were going to lean into the game aspect, and they didn't.
Yeah, I feel like they really did. From what I've seen, at least. I haven't seen all of it, though.
And the thing about Dawn Brothers, if it ever got brought to America, I feel like that's what they did. I feel like if Hasbro got the rights to adapt Dawn Brothers, I feel like it would definitely go into a place of like some Spy Kids 3 nonsense where they're going into like the game fighting the monsters. Hell, do a collaboration with the fucking metaverse. Just imagine. They do
That
the
makes
thing.
it so much cooler where they jump into the TVs.
No.
They do. I imagine Hasbro does this big collaboration with like fucking Meta, and they like make the Dawn Brothers glasses, except the glasses are like this like Google Glass Oculus Quest bullshit, and it like is actually like an interactive game.
That'd be amazing.
But at the same time, it would be so expensive, only collectors would buy it.
Well, that'd be the point. That's what the damn Lightning collection's for.
No, it's just every time I think of expensive collections, I kind of, Dalton, I kind of look at you, and then I reevaluate my
That's a mistake.
financial plans.
If you're saying that I'm currently broke and unemployed, I would like you to know you're completely fucking.
No, I'm just, and this is no judging you on that. You can spend your money on whatever the heck you want. But by all means, if I spent as much money as somebody has on collections, I feel like I would honestly I don't know what I'd do. I feel like I'd hate myself forever for that much money.
My thing is,
But that's my thing.
I get massive buyer's remorse whenever I buy shit for Kamen Rider and Super Sentai, but it usually goes away right around the time the package arrives. And it's simply because buyer's remorse is just something because you're paranoid that you've wasted your money. When the product comes in and you actually enjoy using it, the buyer's remorse goes away. Now granted, that is not me telling you to spend as much money as I do. Absolutely don't fucking do that, that's a terrible idea. Unless you have the money to do so. In which case, go nuts, I really don't care. But,
Okay.
the point is,
Let's just save.
if people want to collect expensive things, and they have enough money to do so without sacrificing the sake of their own life or the lives of people that depend on them, then what the fuck ever. But like, I've always... How do I say this? I've always seen this thing of people being looked down upon
Crap.
because they collect things and because they spend money on collectibles. And it's usually from the older generation crowd, or like middle-aged white women. And I can say that because it mostly doesn't. And I defy you to tell me that it isn't. But like, I've seen this kind of disdain for people who collect shit, and I'm like, aren't y'all the same ones who did the fucking Beanie Babies? And like, some people collect cars. Cars. Like, not Hot Wheels, not Matchbox, fucking automobiles.
No.
I would be one of those people if I had to find money to.
Well, that's my thing. It's like, in reality, unless it breaks down, you really only need one car, like, for life.
Yeah.
if you're going to talk shit about me spending my money on Kamen Rider shit, but you're going to have a collection of 50 cars, and in your lifetime you'll probably drive like one, you're free to fuck right off. And that's how I feel about that. Like, that's just...
I realistically would only have one car, maybe two, but one of those two would be an interesting looking car, and one of them would be for road trips, because that would be more taxing on the car itself. So it's just like, yeah, I want to keep my actually cool car for shorter stuff.
Well, it's like, my current car, the one that I have back in the... It's a bit run down, but that's because it was a hand-me-down from my sister. If I'm being real, I am going to save money and run that car into the ground, and I'm going to buy myself a DeLorean Alpha 5. Because one, it's electric, but two, because it's a very nice car and I really fucking want it.
Valid.
Dalton, did you tell them about the story of getting the car stuck?
No, because I think... I swore I would never speak of it again, but I've moved on now, so I guess I can't.
Oh, this is gonna be a good story, especially if you swore you were never gonna speak of it.
Yeah, I swore I was never going to speak of it again because I was... So, a lot of this story is going to be left out simply because of the context of some of the actions we were doing. The point is,
Yeah, fair enough.
Tristan and I had just gotten off work, and we were going to go up to our friend Riley's for reasons. And Riley was at a house that was just up the road from Tristan's. And I didn't know where it was. So I was like, do you know how to get there? And he said, yes. So I trusted him. So he gave me the wrong direction. He gave them to me up until the right turn. Like, until the last right turn, he gave me correct directions. But he told me to go left and I should have gone right. And I ended up in this weird-ass fucking yard with this big-ass dog, and I was like, oh, we are in the wrong place. So I backed out of there as soon as I could, and then we got out of there. So I'm trying to get up to the house, and there's the fork in the road, but then, like, in between the fork and where we were was, like, this little gravel dirt road. And I was like, oh, we can just cut up this and get to the road easy. And that's what I tried to do. We get to the top of the hill, and my car, like, my tire starts spinning. And not in the way that a tire is supposed to spin. So I was like, fuck, this road is too janky, my car can't get up this hill. Oh well, let's back down the hill and try again. So I back down the hill, and I accidentally back into the grass where the fucking road was. And I was like, oh, no biggie. Gigantic biggie. I tried to get out of the mud and grass, and my tire started spinning again. Which means that I was stuck.
No.
We tried for a good second to get the car out, and eventually it got to the point where, like, Tristan was helping me, like, guide the car, and I had my door open to where I could, like, see and hear everything. And I put the car in reverse, but I forgot to close the door.
Oh no.
This led to my car rolling backwards about 5 feet, my door getting lodged into the ground, and then bent 90 degrees. Now granted,
Oh no.
this is a 90-degree angle relative to the car. The door could theoretically open like this anyway. The damage was not that severe. Like, it's fine. The car still works. But the point is, my door was jammed into the ground. It was the middle of the fucking night. We were not in walking distance to anywhere that wouldn't try to shoot us the second we were on the fucking lawn. and I was having an anxiety attack.
Oh no.
So it gets to the point where we call Riley and we're like, he'll help us. And so he comes down and help us. We're down there for like 30 minutes. We get the door unstuck. We push the car up just enough to where we can get the door unstuck, and then like that's it. Like we were still stuck. But the door was unstuck, which was good. So we get the idea of if they can weigh the other side of the car down to where the tire can touch ground again, we can get traction and then get out. But then, of course, us, being the idiots we were, had the skinniest person sit on the damn tire. So Riley's in the car with me trying to figure out how this skinny guy is on the tire and Tristan standing in front of the car. And then finally it clicks. Like, my anxiety goes away and I finally have a moment of clarity and I roll down the window and I say, Tristan, get on the fucking tire. And so Tristan and I are heavy-set fellows. Like, we're not fat by any means, but we're simple lad. And so Tristan gets on the tire, and it works. Like, the car gets unstuck, we do what we get here to do, and I tell Tristan, I am never taking you up this goddamn road again. And I was a man of my word.
That's really funny.
But yes, 'tis my story. It's sad but true.
Relatively unrelated, but I can't wait to learn how to drive. I'm hyped for it.
I mean, it weighs less, it does more damage.
Oh wow, time passed by. How much long do we have?
We have 15
we got
minutes.
like 15
Uh,
minutes.
I don't even care about the hammer. Hammer's pretty much useless. Fuck the hammer.
I will
Considering
say-
like how Rider Drive is, I think I'd be more interested in it.
right.
Cars.
I've been thinking about it, and I was like, I've been rethinking my answer to Necro's question. I think if I had to be on a Ranger team, it would be the Gokaigers.
Oh yeah.
Now keep in mind, I said Gokaiger. I did not say Super Mega Force. Do you know why?
Because Gokaiger is superior.
And because we do not speak of Super Mega Force. Because if you speak of Super Mega Force, I will have your guts for fucking garters.
Sell it on the black market.
Sell it on the black market, pay off my damn credit card. So
So let's talk about Super Mega Force. I don't know a dang thing about it.
Okay,
On your multi-legged freak.
fine. You want to talk about Super Mega Force? I'll talk about Super Mega Force.
No, that was the joke. Let's talk about Super Mega Force.
No, let's
I don't
talk about
think
Super
about
Mega. No, let's talk about Super Mega Force real quick.
Let's hear about Super Mega Force, y'all.
So, you can't talk about Super Mega Force without talking about the problem that was Mega Force in general.
Yeah.
The problem is that Saban has a bit of a habit of taking completely unrelated seasons and trying to mash them into a single continuity. Because if anybody remembers, the Power Rangers franchise as a whole nearly died back in the late 90s because Haim Saban refused to stop using the same cast of characters in the same damn town over and over again. In Space saved it because the writers were peak, but that was the point. When Saban got the rights back, he started off with Samurai, and Samurai was good. And then he switched the continuity and went to Megaforce. Now here's the thing about Megaforce. The source material could have worked. And I don't mean, like, the source material was incredibly good and he botched it. No, the concept he was going for could have worked if he had committed. And by that I mean, he tried to make Megaforce another Mighty Morphin, when instead, what he should have done, and I've said this to myself over and over again, if he wanted to make Megaforce and Super Megaforce the 20th anniversary seasons, he should have committed to the anniversary aspect from Series 1. And by that I mean the Megaforce Protocol. When the monsters attacked Earth, when the Megaforce Protocol initiated, the monsters attacking Earth, Gosei woke up and it was like, okay, this is real. So we need to scan the entirety of Earth's population to find the people who are most fit to wield the powers of these guardian angels. Now, they could have done what Goseiger did. They could have committed to it. Make Gosei a deity. Make the powers literally angel power. And then literally conscript the guardian angels of Earth, aka old Power Rangers. Make it an all-star team. Have Tommy as the goddamn Red Ranger. Do something with the anniversary aspect from the jump, and don't make it just 5 random kids again. Because it's clear from this fact that these 5 random-ass kids are a detriment. Like, Troy is antisocial. Jake is a dumb. Gia was like one of the best characters. Noah, same. Emma was just a bitch. And not a bitch in the sense like she was mean to everybody, a bitch in the sense she was dumb. She was dumb. Robo Knight was cold and emotionless, and I get it, he was a robot, but that doesn't make up for it. But the point is, if Ham Saban had committed to the anniversary thing from the start, Megaforce would have been fine. And then, here's my thing. In my perfect Megaforce, it would have been an all-star team from the jump. Megaforce would have gone through and they would have defeated the initial enemy, and then the Legend War would happen. Like, they have to go all out to beat this enemy, and then like in Gokaiger, it's not enough. All of the Rangers lose their powers and they get scattered. And have that be what sets you up for Super Megaforce. The Earth gets conquered, and then this random team of pirates comes in and is trying to scavenge what's left. They find out about the Ranger powers, and they this quest to get them all, and there's a treasure on Earth. Use the concepts that you're given, instead of trying to make it just Mighty Morphin and Zeo again. Because it barely worked last time. Like, if they had gone with the concept of an all-star team was the Megaforce Protocol, and then the next team after that was people who came in after the war was over, and they had a personal grudge against the Armada, and they decided to collect the Ranger powers in order to be able to beat them back and get the treasure and all of that, that would have been a great fucking concept. But I imagine it's the same cowardly shit that the reason they won't adapt Lupin Ranger. Because it's like, oh, pirates are horrible people, they're thieves, they're brutes, we can't glorify that. Bitch, who is Captain Jack motherfucking Sparrow? Who the fuck is he? It pisses me off to absolutely no end how astronomically fucking bad Super Megaforce was. And it pisses me off further that it came after Samurai. And Samurai was decent for what it was. Granted, it was a fucking whitewashed story. Jaden had no business being Lauren, no business being, if you're gonna set a story in Japan, goddamn commit. But Samurai was fun. It followed closely to what Shinkenger had, and I was okay with it. But Megaforce and Super Megaforce, because it was an anniversary season, and because it tried to do what it did and failed, and because it disgraced the footage of Gokaiger, is goddamn unforgivable. And that is my opinion on Super Megaforce, and I will never speak of it again. fucking kills me. I just can't.
I think it'd be really funny if someone put me on the battlefield for JC.
It's now turned into a cooking stream.
A cooking stream?
Wait. Oh yeah, wait, the violence.
No, I know. I was like,
I
I was trying to figure out what you meant by cooking stream. I was like, are you saying like let him, or what do you say? I'm like,
yeah, I'm cooking in game.
oh, I see. I thought you were talking about my rant, sitting back like, okay, let him cook. Let him cook.
Yeah, I'm cooking all of the. I cooked like a massive amount of freaking irradiated spam sludge, and now I'm cooking a bunch of rotten meat. Because somehow a gas cooker removes all the radiation.
I will say, I do kind of want one thing, if anything else, out of Hasbro's Power Rangers in particular.
Yeah.
I want a game that's like Fusion Fall, like Xenoverse 2, like all of these things, but for Power Rangers.
I didn't think that would be so cool.
I want a way that I can get into a multiplayer game, make my own Sentai, make my own Ranger teams, recruit my own Rangers, and then we just all fight people in like raid boss events or some shit like that.
Please, that would be so cool. If I was a good character creator, I could probably make Lizard Man.
And like you have to make it one Ranger at a time, but it just ends up being worth it.
Yeah, exactly. Smile emoji.
Well, I've kind of run out of steam. Unless anybody
okay,
else has
no.
anything to add, we can end early if we want.
You know, it's only like a couple minutes early. It's not that bad.
All
We've
right.
done like a pretty cool session.
So,
Well, I think after this stream is over, after that rant that I had about it who shall not be named, I think I need to go and relax. And thanks to my sponsor, Binoid CBD, I can go ahead and do that. Tell me, lads, do you ever feel like you need to unwind, to de-stress, to even get to sleep at a better time? Well, thanks to the wonders of CBD and THC, you can now do that in a legal and safe way. I winked and there was supposed to be a sparkle sound effect, but I've realized that we're live and I can't do that.
Yeah, that's fair.
No, on some real stuff, I do partake of the devil's cabbage every now and again, but like whenever I can't get any of the actual stuff, carts and shit are the only thing that I have. And I like Binoid. They have good quality products, they have a lot of different variety, they even sell flour now on their new website, Bloom. I don't know if my code works there, but you're welcome to try. If you would like to use my affiliate link, please join our Discord server so you can get it. Go to binoid.com, and if you don't feel like using my affiliate, well, that's okay. You can use code CSP, that is CSP in all capitals, to get 10% off your purchase of anything there. That being said, thank you guys so much for coming to this stream. It's been a little bit hectic, but I did get out everything that I wanted to talk about, and a bit of a rant even then. So, if you liked it, please make sure to like us on Twitch and follow if you want to. Join our Discord server where you can interact with us if you're ever active in the Discord server. Lord knows nobody is. But
Unfortunately.
go ahead and follow me on Twitter at DaltonCSP. Go ahead and follow my YouTube channel, official_YT. Go ahead and follow Moonlit Dawn on Twitter. That is Moon here in the call. That is Moon Dawn with an extra N on the end. Go ahead and follow Necro on Twitter. Necrolix with a 0. NECR0LIX. Go ahead and follow his Twitch channel while you're at it. Same name, same for Moon's Twitch channel. Why don't you go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel and the Agony of Moon YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is Clash of Search Productions. That is also a YouTube channel that I share with Trace, and I am trying to get content that he and I can do together. I'm working on it, I promise. Tristan does not have social media that I can plug for him. I'm just calling him out on it to make him feel bad. Go ahead and go to Binoids. Go ahead, go to binoidcbd.com. Use code CSP at checkout for 10% off your purchase. It helps me out, gives me some money from commissions. I'm going to be completely transparent about that. I need money. Go ahead and join the Discord server. My Cash App is also there if you'd like directly. That would be very helpful. I would appreciate it very much. Don't cause too much agony. That's our problem. Watch the world burn, and we will be allowed to light, and we will be around to light the flame. Good luck, and may the power protect you.